The story introduces us to Noah, who is preparing to move in with her mother and her new husband. Noah is a literature lover and feels trapped in her own tastes, as she cannot bear the idea of leaving her life behind to follow her mother. Additionally, she has left behind her boyfriend Dan and her best friend. As we progress in the story, we see the luxurious life of Will. He knows that Noah does not appreciate him much despite showing her all the luxuries and privileges she now has. However, Noah will not be alone, as she will also live with Nick, Will's son, although he is barely seen peeking from the balcony while talking to Betty. She tells her to enjoy her new and luxurious life, but Noah is a simpler person and does not like ostentation. The story continues with Nick interrupting Noah and mocking her name. Even the family's cute dog, Thor, seems not to like her. After a fight over the dog, Noah notices that Nick is handsome. However, amid the chaos, Noah realizes she has not finished her call with Betty, who mocks her new stepbrother. Later, when they go to dinner, Noah wears a somewhat strange dress, but well, who am I to judge? Nick drives his own car. Upon arriving at the restaurant, Noah notices that Nick is a ladies' man with the waitress. Rafaela tells her that Nick is not only a mysterious guy who does not smoke, but also studies law and is an expert surfer. During dinner, some minor arguments arise where Nick and Noah can barely stand each other's company. They are reprimanded and told to return home with Nick driving, where they continue arguing. Noah tells Nick that he lacks a mother, which prompts him to kick her out of the car. On her way, Noah meets Mario, who offers to give her a ride and mentions that she is Nick's stepsister, as they both go to the same party. Despite leaving her on the side of the road, Nick continues to show his charm with the girls, which annoys Noah. At the party, Noah meets Jenna, Nick's childhood friend, and later meets Liam, Jenna's boyfriend, who is also a friend of Nick. Meanwhile, our protagonist, with his playful behavior, just like Ronnie, tries to get one of his friends to give Noah a drink, but Nick stops him immediately, as Ronnie is known for spiking drinks. The effect Nick begins to have on Noah is evident, as Nick has to carry her upstairs to her room with the light on because of her fear of the dark. At that moment, it becomes clear that Nick has some interest in her, but Noah continues having dreams of her mother hiding her when she was a child. Upon waking, Noah remembers nothing about her dreams and fights with Nick again. Later, they decide to go to the beach, where Noah once again notices how good Nick looks. However, this time, she is not alone, as she is with Jenna, who invites her to a party. That night, they attend races where there are competitions. Nick gets distracted and worsens the situation when he sees Noah with Mario. Fortunately, Nick wins the race and is kissed by Anna, although it was predictable considering his personality. However, Noah receives a photo showing Dan kissing her best friend, which explains why Dan had blocked her from his Instagram stories. Despite this, the party continues, but the photos keep coming. Noah decides to take action and kisses the first person she encounters, trying to send proof. She tells Nick that all she wanted was to send the photo to show Dan that she had moved on. What better way to do it than with a kiss from her stepbrother? Click like if you think this relationship is quite unusual and comment what you think about their relationship. Do you think what they do is normal? After finishing the kiss, Noah gets into the car and waits for Nick to finish with Anna. The race begins, and Noah, being very skilled behind the wheel, as expected, ends up winning. However, Ronnie accuses Noah of cheating, as the race was only between them. This triggers a fight because Nick has lost his car. Noah cannot tolerate fights, and because of this, Nick decides to protect her. The next day, Nick is with little Maggie, showing extreme affection for her. However, later, he has an intense night where he meets Noah again. Now, he can no longer see her simply as a stepsister, as they discover they have much more in common, like their taste in books. And, of course, they end up kissing. Now Noah and Nick can show the mutual interest they feel. However, this happiness is short-lived, as Dan appears out of nowhere, planning to stay at the house just to ask for forgiveness. Dan tells Noah that he kissed Betty because she reminded him of her and that he missed her, but the truth is, it no longer matters because, in the short time Noah has spent with Nick, they have started kissing in the pool and made a pact to keep it a secret, as their parents must not find out. Meanwhile, Nick returns with some scrapes due to an encounter with Ronnie in his car, but what really worries him is seeing Dan enter Noah's room. However, the truth is that she is sleeping in the garden. It is at this moment that they both think their love is true, as they do not want to be apart. But again, they are interrupted, this time by Dan. At that moment, Noah tells him that to earn her forgiveness, he simply must not say anything about seeing them together. The next day, Noah receives a peculiar letter that worries her, but she tries to go about her day without saying anything about it. While spending time with Anna, it becomes clear that Anna does not like her. Meanwhile, Mario shows interest in her, which Nick knows, as usual. Nick explains the entire situation to Noah, but they are interrupted again, this time by Jenna and Liam, who tell Noah that she should not be with her stepbrother. This leads to another competition, but this time it is something more physical. During this scene, Noah feels uncomfortable and talks to Mario, who steals a kiss. Nick intervenes, pushing Mario and confessing to Noah that he felt jealous, a feeling she does not like, leading her to distance herself from him again. Amid all the drama, Will finally reveals to Nick that Noah's distant and fearful nature is because her father was quite aggressive and is not actually dead but in prison for all the abuse he caused. Both Noah and Rafaela fear he might return and harm them. Will tries to care for Noah as best as he can, even attending a party he was not invited to. At that party, Anna plays a pretty mean prank on Noah, which frustrates her as she feels trapped. Nick takes her and helps her sleep, lying down with her to ensure she rests. But once again, as usual, they are interrupted. This time by Will, who informs them that Maya had been hospitalized. However, it turns out everything was fine, and it was just a little prank by the child. After leaving the place, they decide to go to the beach, where Nick and Noah confess their feelings for each other. Noah apologizes for her past behavior, and together, they enjoy their time on the beach, experiencing love and the companionship of being with someone special for the first time. However, things take a negative turn when, during a stop, Nick gets out of the car and leaves Noah alone at the mercy of Ronnie and the boys, who take her away. Noah has no choice but to inform her parents about what happened, and Will tells her that all her bad habits must end. Later, it is discovered that Ronnie had taken Noah to her father, who turns out to be an unstable person. He had been the one sending the strange messages, as he always knew where they were. He then calls Rafaela to tell her that if she wants her daughter back, she needs to pay a large sum of money. A chase ensues to find Noah, as Jonas knows Rafaela and Will are nearby. They use Ronnie's car to escape the police, as Nick tries to chase them. Both cross paths, and the police manage to arrest Jonas. Finally, they rescue Noah, and Anna saves Rafaela, who will now be more at ease knowing her ex-husband is behind bars. At last, Noah and Nick can share a room without fear of being constantly interrupted.